What's going on, guys? It's Eldius here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can recreate this earthquake mechanic in your own maps. And right now I have it at like the highest level possible. This is kind of just a demonstration on how powerful this is and how much you can actually get this to affect your game. And the cool thing about this is you can actually control it using channels. So if you guys want a earthquake at a certain point in your map, you can certainly do that. And you can turn it off. You can turn it back on, and I'll show you guys all that in today's video. But as you guys can see, this shaking is pretty intense, and it's probably too much. Before we get in this video, guys, make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 20,000 subscribers, and each subscriber does help out a lot. And recently my code got disabled for doing glitches, so I no longer get any support at all from that. You guys can't even enter it in the item shop anymore. So if you guys do want to support me, all I really ask is you guys like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe and turn on notifications. So I'm going to show you guys what causes the screen shake, and then I'm going to show you guys how to create an entire thing that shakes your screen continuously that looks like an earthquake. So by itself, it only shakes a little bit, and so you have to kind of make your own kind of mechanism to be able to turn on and off like a full-on earthquake. So anyway, let's just get right into the tutorial. So the first thing you'll need is a mech from the devices panel. So just go ahead and grab a mech. Next thing you need is an air vent. So just go ahead and get the air vent gallery and then paste it down and then grab the air vent from it, and you can just delete the rest of the stuff. So this is actually all we really need to create a screen shake. However, to make a full-on device to make an earthquake is a little bit different, so make sure you guys stay tuned till the end of this video to learn how to make an entire earthquake device, and I'll also be showing you guys a few other things as well. So basically all you need to do now is just place your mech down and then take the air vents, completely rotate it upside down, and paste it above the mech. And what this will do is it's going to continually shake your screen. Now this is actually a bug right here. It normally doesn't do it this much. Let me show you what I mean by that. So I just deleted the mech, and if I place it back, it's not going to continually shake like that. As you guys can see, it's shaking way less, and this is what's actually going to happen. So it doesn't show up for the whole map, it just shows up in a certain radius. So the farther you get away from it, the less shake it's going to be. So basically, in order to get the earthquake effect in game, we need to create a device that has a ton of these going off at different times. That way you have continuous shaking and not these impacts that we're having right now. And the more mechs you have, the more shake you can get. So it's all up to you how much you want to use, but I'm going to be doing a tutorial on just the amounts I recommend. So go ahead, I'm just going to place a 4x4 area of these, and this is what I kind of recommend. You can go tons higher, and you can get a shake to what I showed earlier in this video. It's just that it's not really realistic, and it can give people motion sickness as well as lag people's games, so you don't really want to do that. So I'd recommend 4x4 is a good amount for this. Basically what we need to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and grab our air vent and just put it over here, and so that way we can go into the settings of it and set this up so we can actually activate all of these at different times. So let's go ahead and go into the air vent, change enabled during phase to none, change gust range to 8, and then go to the channels, set enable when receiving from 3, disable when receiving from 2, and activate when receiving from to 1. So it should just look like this. And basically now we have to make 16 different of these with different channels. So basically we need to duplicate this. Let me turn to a different grid snap, but we just duplicate this and then keep upping the enable when receiving from channel. So we're going to change this to channel 4, and we're going to keep doing this until we get to 18. Okay guys, we are now on channel 18, which means that we have placed 16 of these, and you guys can do more if you'd like, if you want more of a shake, but that's all up to you if you want to change that. A quick tip is actually hiding this underneath the ground on where you want it to shake. So instead of putting it above ground, you could put it underneath the ground so it isn't seen, which is probably a better idea. But make sure if you do put it underground that you don't do it too far under the ground. You want it to be close to the surface, that way players near the surface can see the shake on their screen. So now we're just going to one by one add these over here. So we're just going to turn on grid snap to 2 and just cut these and paste them over here one by one. And there we go, guys. We now have all of our air vents on top of these mechs. And basically now what we need to do is create a device that triggers all of these at different times. That way we have a continuous shake. And so to do this, what we need to do is get ourselves a sequencer device as well as some triggers. So basically now what you want to do is find a place where you can put your sequencer device. So if you're making a realistic map, you want to probably hide this underneath the ground, but since this is just a demonstration, I'm just going to do this right here. So once you have placed it down, go ahead and grab the trigger devices from your inventory and set your grid snap to 8. Put 1 right here, go into the settings, and change when triggered transmit on to 3. And basically what we're going to do is the same thing as earlier, just going to keep duplicating this and upping the channel until we get to 18. That way these are all synced to all of these devices over here. So as you guys can see, I'm upping the channel each time I do this, and we're going to keep doing this until I get to 18. So I accidentally did 12 on accident here, so let me fix this. We're just going to bring all of these this way, and then we're just going to add 18 here. So if you've done it right, the amount of triggers should perfectly fill up in the space that is on default on the sequencer. So I'm just going to set this to 18, and there we go. We now have all these on different channels, starting from 3 and then ending at 18. So now just go into the sequencer settings and change start sequence when receiving from to 100. Press the back arrow and it should take you to 100. So the last thing I recommend doing actually is copying all of these. And as you guys can see, I cannot copy it because these mechs are in the way. So you might want to do this before placing the mechs. So I'm just going to quickly delete all these mechs because they're really easy to place back. So let me go ahead and delete all of these real quick, and we can just place them back afterwards. So once you've deleted all of them, you should be able to multi-select all of these, copy it, move up 1, and then I just recommend rotating it not that way, this way, like that. And basically this will just give it more diversity. It will just complete the earthquake effect without having any like gaps in between. Let's go ahead and paste it, and that's what it should look like. So now I'm going to go ahead and place all those brute spawners again. Now what we can do is set up a button to start the earthquake, or if you're using this for a map, you don't have to use a button. You can use anything that triggers on a channel. So all you have to do is transmit on 100, and then you can get the earthquake to start. And if you want the earthquake to stop, then you just have to transmit on 2, because all of these are set to disable on channel 2. Now if you want to as well, you can have a single impact by using the activate channel, which we already have set. So basically if we transmit on channel 1, it's going to have a single impact rather than a continuous shaking effect. So basically now I'm just going to create a button real quick that transmits on 100. That way we can start the earthquake, and we're also going to make a button that transmits on 2 so we can stop the earthquake, and also a button that transmits on 1 so that way we can have a single impact. So now what we should be able to do is control the earthquake with these buttons, and again you can use other devices if you want to control these earthquakes, and be creative. You can do whatever you want with these. You could have, I mean, it could just be part of the map. It could just be part of something you want as just a cool effect, you know. It doesn't have to be an earthquake. It can be whatever you want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and start the match, and let's just test this out. Okay, so this button should turn on the earthquake. This one should turn it off, and this one should just be an instant shake. So let's go ahead and try the earthquake to see if it works good. As you guys can see, my screen is shaking a lot, and if I wanted to, I could add more mechs to add a lot more shaking effects. That's all up to you on how many you want to use and how much you think is reasonable. So let's go ahead and turn off the earthquake now. As you guys can see, the earthquake does stop. Now what we're going to do is try the instant shake effect. So as you guys can see, just by triggering this channel, my camera shakes a ton. So this could actually be really useful for map creators if you guys want to have a realistic earthquake. And it doesn't even have to be an earthquake. Honestly, there's so many uses for this, for shaking your camera. For example, if you're in a plane that's going down, a lot of shaking would be cool, just to make it look more realistic, you know. There's a lot of different uses for this, and or there's like an impact effect, which I don't know what you could use that for, but you guys can be creative. If you guys do decide to re-upload this, please do give me credits. I do appreciate it. Also, I want to see what you guys do with this. Make sure you guys send me what you do on Twitter. My Twitter is @LDO_YT. Now guys, if you do decide to expand this, you don't really need to add more channels to this. You can use the same amount of channels. I just recommend using these same channels, and you should still be able to get a more powerful earthquake by using the same air vents. So I can literally just copy these over to other mechs, and it should make it more powerful. So as most of you know, I got all my maps deleted, and actually recently my code was just completely deleted. So now I have no code at all, and plus my account was banned as well for 10 years. So I pretty much lost everything Epic related. So if you guys just want to help me and support me, all you have to do is just leave a like and subscribe, and it just does help out the video a lot. So I do appreciate everybody who does that. Anyway guys, that is it for the video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe. Again, we're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers, and each one of you does help out a lot. So I do appreciate everyone who does decide to subscribe. Yeah, we'll be uploading more stuff like this in the future, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.
I'm finally facing it all, fearless.